The 2026 NBA Draft is one of the most loaded classes in recent memory. Multiple league executives have called the top 5 a once-a-decade group. There are 4 players with legitimate cases to go number 1. There is a freshman who started the season ranked 261st in the country and ended it as a lottery lock. And the player projected to go number 1 is being compared to Jaylen Brown. Today, I'm ranking the top 5 players in the 2026 NBA Draft. Let's get into it. At number 5, Keaton Wagler of Illinois. Wagler is the most surprising story in college basketball this season. Coming out of high school, he was ranked 261st nationally by 247 Sports composite rankings. He wasn't an ESPN Top 100 prospect. He wasn't an RSCI Top 100 prospect. He was an under-the-radar 4-star recruit from Kansas who chose Illinois because nobody else was paying attention. By the end of his freshman season, he was a projected lottery pick. Wagler averaged 17.9 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 4.4 assists per game at Illinois. He shot 44.6% from the field and 40.2% from 3. He dropped 46 points on Purdue in January. He scored 25 in the Elite 8 to send Illinois to the Final Four. If you're enjoying the breakdown, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. At 6'6", Wagler has the size to play either guard spot. ESPN's Jeremy Woo highlighted his perimeter shooting, size, and playmaking as primary strengths. Bleacher Report's Jonathan Wasserman called his offensive polish elite for a freshman. The Los Angeles Clippers are projected to take him with the 5th pick. They got that pick from the Pacers in the Ivica Zubac trade last February, and it landed exactly in the only spot where it would convey. Wagler will be playing in the NBA next season as a top 5 pick. 3 months ago, he was a stranger. At number 4, Caleb Wilson of the North Carolina Tar Heels. Wilson was a McDonald's All-American who showed up at North Carolina as a top 3 prospect in his class. His ceiling was real, and the early production matched. He averaged 19.8 points and 9.4 rebounds per game in his lone season at UNC. Then his body broke down. Wilson suffered multiple injuries during the back half of the season. He missed several marquee ACC games down the stretch. He missed the entire NCAA tournament for North Carolina. He's still a top 5 prospect. At 6'10", Wilson is one of the most athletic prospects in this class at any position. His combination of length and explosiveness has had multiple scouts and executives telling ESPN that he could go as high as number 3, ahead of Cameron Boozer, depending on team fit. The Chicago Bulls are projected to take him at number 4 after moving up 5 spots in the lottery, the biggest jump of any team in this draft cycle. Wilson's NBA ceiling is the question that will define his career. The body has to hold up. The shot has to develop. But the raw athletic tools at 6'10" are the kind of profile teams reach for. When healthy, he's a top 3 talent in this class. At number 3, Cameron Boozer of Duke. Boozer entered college basketball as the consensus top freshman in the country. He left Duke as the ACC Player of the Year, the AP National Player of the Year, and a first-team All-American. He averaged 22.5 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 4.1 assists per game. He tied for the national lead with 22 double-doubles. If his last name sounds familiar, it should. Cameron is the son of Carlos Boozer, the former Duke and NBA star who played 13 seasons in the league and made 2 All-Star teams. At the NBA Combine, Boozer measured 6'8" and a quarter. That's a bit smaller than the listed height he played at during the college season, and it raises questions about whether he projects as a power forward or as a slightly undersized small ball 5 at the next level. But his game is built on basketball IQ, footwork, and feel. He's an NBA-ready offensive player. Some scouts have compared him to a smaller version of Domantas Sabonis or Alperen Sengun. Bigs who win with skill rather than athleticism. The Memphis Grizzlies are projected to take him at number 3, and they would be ecstatic to land him. Cameron Boozer is the safest pick in this top 5. His floor is the highest of any prospect in the class. The question is just how high his ceiling can climb. At number 2, Darryn Peterson of Kansas. Peterson is the player some scouts believe should actually be the number 1 overall pick. The Bleacher Report Pro Comp for him is Anthony Edwards. Some scouts have compared him to Devin Booker. A few have gone as high as Kobe Bryant for the upside ceiling. He averaged 20 points and 4 rebounds per game at Kansas while shooting 38% from 3 on high volume. Kansas head coach Bill Self said Peterson was the most prepared prospect to ever come through his program. Which of these prospects are you most excited about? Drop it in the comments. I want to see the disagreement. There are concerns. Peterson played in only 20 of Kansas's 31 games this season due to a foot injury. He missed nearly a third of the year. Durability questions for a top 5 pick are real. But when he was on the floor, he was the most polished offensive guard in college basketball. He can score at all 3 levels. His footwork is NBA ready. His defensive instincts project to a plus at the next level. The Utah Jazz are projected to take him at number 2, their first real lottery break in years. Peterson is the highest ceiling guard in this draft. The injuries cap his floor. If the body holds up, the Jazz might have just landed the best player in the entire class. And at number 1, AJ Dybantsa of BYU. Dybantsa just had one of the most dominant freshman seasons in modern college basketball history. He averaged 25.5 points per game, which led all of Division I. He added 6.8 rebounds and 3.7 assists per game. He shot 51% from the field at 6'9". His Bleacher Report Pro Comp is Boston's Jaylen Brown. Multiple scouts and executives interviewed by ESPN said Dybantsa is the consensus favorite to go number 1 overall. At 6'9", with a 7-foot wingspan, Dybantsa is a jumbo wing with elite scoring instincts. He gets to the rim. He draws fouls at one of the highest rates of any prospect in the class. He projects as a top-level defender at the NBA level. The one knock on his game is shooting. He hit 33% from 3 at BYU. Most of his scoring lived in the mid-range. NBA teams will need to project whether the jumper translates. But that's the only real question. Everything else, the size, the wingspan, the athleticism, the scoring instinct, the defensive projection, all of it grades out at an all-NBA level. The Washington Wizards have the number 1 pick after going 17-65 in the regular season. They became the first team in NBA history to lose 64 or more games in 3 consecutive seasons. They're getting AJ Dybantsa. A team that has been the worst in the league for 3 straight years just landed a franchise cornerstone. The rebuild is real this time. 5 players. 5 different paths to becoming NBA stars. A guard from a 261st ranked recruiting class. An injury-shortened season for a 6'10" athlete. A combine measurement that came in short of expectations. A foot injury that cost a third of the year. And a 6'9" wing with a 7-foot wingspan who led college basketball in scoring. The 2026 draft will reshape the league. 5 franchises just got their cornerstones. The picks happen on June 23rd. If you want more breakdowns as the draft approaches, subscribe to Rim Logic. New videos every Monday and Friday. Appreciate you watching. I'll catch you next time.